My beautiful stars, reading time. This main collective, you've got me confused, you've got me feeling over it. You poor little souls. I think it's that new moon energy. Me personally, I always find a new moon emotionally knocks me around a little bit more than any other kind of moon phase. So let's see what's going on with you guys. What are you over? Oh, literally first card, 8 of Cups. You're like, get me out of here. You're clearly frustrated. There's clearly a cup in your life that's making you feel a little bit off balance right now. I feel this collective, you're hitting your brink a little bit. You're really wanting to release things that you know aren't serving you. It's hard to let go of things that once made us feel emotionally fulfilled. And this 8 of Cups is very important to reach our 9 of Cups. I always say that Cups journey is probably one of the hardest to really complete, because we really have to get through a lot of emotion that holds us back, that makes us heavy, makes us feel off balance, makes us feel over it. But this collective, you're clearly wanting to find stillness in your life, in your emotion. You're wanting to feel good. You're wanting to feel satisfied. I feel you're also wanting a bit of excitement. You're wanting a bit of change. It's just feels like a very repetitive emotion for you right now. Oh my gosh. Literal Cups journey. 8, 9, 10 of Cups. Holy moly. Talk about emotional overwhelm. You got your 10 of Cups in reverse. Imbalance, broken, discord. Maybe you're questioning certain connections tied to you, inauthentic relationship, false sense of security. No wonder I'm feeling so over it. Your emotions would be running rampant right now for the right collective. What's this one? Because of stillness. Maybe you've been really patient with a lot of things. Maybe you're just sick of being patient. I always say, especially if you are going through a healing journey, I find when, us as readers say, oh, just surrender, just be patient, surrender to divine timing. It can be really irritating, especially if you've been waiting a long time for something. Although I will say, 7 of Pentacles is actually very beautiful. It's teaching us perseverance. It's teaching us belief. It's preparing us for a harvest season. Does this collective think you've got a harvest season coming right now? Probably not. But you're ripening. Salem agrees. But you've definitely been working on your patience for a long time. So I think these 3 things here is what's kind of getting you into this state of just feeling a little bit fed up, okay? There's clearly a connection on your mind that maybe for a long time you thought it was improving you emotionally, or even with stillness, it was progressively making you make better decisions in life, especially when it came to self-reflection. But right now, as you're watching this, I think all that positivity and all that hopes you've been holding on to, you're over it. Let's get one more for your top row. And let's be real. Let's just side note. When it comes to your emotion right now, like, side note, you probably don't want to hear this. I do think this collective, it's hard because I literally just said it's like you're sick of the stillness. You want excitement. You want, you want change. You want a bit of adventure. You want something to look forward to. It's like you're just wanting to break out of that cage right now. But I am hearing, I'm going to say it, not wanting to irritate you, but there is something that maybe, especially this being here, I always say it's not there, it's germinating. There's something growing in your life, and maybe you don't see the fruits of your labor just yet, or the change in your emotion just yet, but it is coming. But I think for a long time, this card would have been upright. But at the moment you're questioning a lot of things. One more. To Sun in reverse though, but I do think you, maybe not in this moment, but you are someone that really focuses more on the optimism and the positive things in life, and you try and find joy in the little things. This says count your blessings, make sure you're having time for play, your authentic self, supremely optimistic. And yes, but I think that supremely optimistic energy is what's weighing you down right now. It's reminding me of a collective. You're holding on to that unicorn energy. That unicorn energy, we can't see it, but it doesn't mean it's not real. But sometimes holding on to something with blind faith, without anything tangible to prove what we're holding on to is valid, can send us a little bit crazy, especially when we're going through a cups journey. And personally, in all the suits in tarot, I think the cups journey is probably the hardest, harder than the swords journey. You're questioning. So this is what you're trying to stay optimistic with. You're questioning Two of Pentacles in reverse. Some poor choices maybe you've made. Maybe you feel like you're dropping the ball a little bit here. Like I said, coming into this, I'm not even going to lie. This collective, you had me feeling some kind of way. When it comes to like my personal readings or doing collective readings, it's something I look forward to daily. And coming into this collective, I was like, oh, I just was not wanting to come into this. And it's making sense now that I'm seeing these cards. And that could be another sign, just side note, maybe you're actually pushing away tarot. Maybe you're just like, I just think you're fed up with a lot of things. Okay, but you are overwhelmed. You're feeling a little bit scattered, feeling that lack of motivation, questioning your decisions. And that's hard to find optimism over. And I think that's where the frustration is coming as well. Again, back to that unicorn energy. You're having blind faith in something that you feel like you've just been met with disappointment after disappointment. Maybe as well, you've been having intuition to try and get better organization, or to create some things, to be in charge of those decisions, to create a bit more excitement and fun in your life. But let's confirm these. Okay. Do you see... Sorry, I put them the wrong way. Do you see, this is a cosmic card, so you don't see this energy right now. Within the next 3 to 4 weeks, there's something that solidifies with a new perspective for you. And all of this patience that you've had, there is something that starts to... Hold on, I want one more for that. I stopped myself from... Yeah, a new direction is coming. Okay, so we're about to redirect this energy. You might have to sit in it for a few more weeks, and it might be a little bit up and down over the next few weeks, but there is something here that gives you a new perspective. Something that gives you strength in a decision or multiple decisions that you need to make. You're clearly going through some form of purge right now that's needed for this next chapter, this next new path. No, So when it comes to the Nine of Cups, you're questioning. Have you been seeing the red flags? Have you been trying to make something fit? You're probably thinking, how can I see my life or a certain situation as a Nine of Cups when all it creates is rapid highs and lows? That's completely polar opposite energy to a Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is so fast moving, kind of a little bit erratic, right? Very, very quick. This is about stillness. This is about contentment. This is about calmness. So if you, even towards yourself or towards someone else, have been viewing a situation like this, but this is the only energy behind it, of course you're going to be reevaluating, and of course that's going to transition you to be thinking of a Ten of Cups in reverse. But also, I will say, in kind of an odd way, I always say he's like a dog with a bone. He's just so focused on that end stop. And we could look at it like right now you're really wanting to, like you've just got this focus of really coming into that Nine of Cups right now as well, which is kind of positive. All right, Ten of Cups in reverse. Holy moly, with the Ten of Wands. This is really overwhelming you, this situation. So this is probably over it. When we're over and done, overwhelmed. You've carried a lot of burdens when it comes to this Ten of Cups in reverse. Let's confirm this connection. Okay. Oh, God. I'm like scared to say this for this collective right now. You do have butterfly here. This is about something evolving to the next phase, but a lot of healing, especially when it came to your inner child, needed to be reflected on. You have had a painful ending here. This card says endings bring new beginnings, but growth through your healing, change, liberation. But you are going through a transition as well of feeling fed up. There could have been some form of snake tied to this. So you could have felt like this person put you in competition with someone, or there was malicious energy here. Again, especially with this inauthentic relationship. And let's take love out of it. This could be someone in your family as well, someone that you hold near and dear to your heart, that you're, you know, maybe a family member that has always kind of pressed or really pushed your boundaries. I'm hearing that very specifically. I don't just think it's about looking over your shoulder as well, the other woman, the other man. I actually feel both deviations are very valid for the right collective. Oh, well, no wonder you think it's inauthentic if all you've been met with a mask. This is your actual connection. So this isn't your outlook. This is the energy of this Ten of Cups in reverse with this Ten of Wands. So from what I can see from this energetically, yes, you've had an ending. I think you both had a lot of things you needed to reflect on. There could have been interference. There could have been family interference here. But as for this actual connection, not showing true feelings, there could have been a bit of gaslighting, for you to be questioning the authenticity here of this person and maybe some of the promises that were made. You definitely feel like there's been some things hidden here, especially when it comes to depth of emotion. To have a Ten of Cups with someone, you were planning a future, or you could have even had a foundation together. You could have had children together. This isn't just a passing person that you've had a fling with or a situationship, okay? I don't want to say it. Before I say it, I want to confirm it, because I don't think this collective, you want to hear that right now. I'm going to be honest. You got the coffee cup underneath this butterfly energy. Hold on a second. I'm going to be honest, as I'm reading this, I'm on the fence with this person if this is actually someone that needs to be exited out of your life, which makes me feel the right collective. You could be questioning if this is a trauma bond, if this is a karmic situation, if this is like, I'm trying to hold myself back from saying this is some form of soul connection here, which makes me feel this collective, whoever this person is on your mind, there's definitely not a positive outlook here. So make it fit. Coffee. Holy moly. You kind of want to hope this person's not approaching right now, because like I said, I feel this collective, you're fed up. It's funny because I was hearing over, I'm going to have to get these. The over it card in this deck is about a person in reflection, like their games have really kind of backfired, that their games don't work on you anymore. And I feel that this collective, you're really at that stage, but let's just get a few more. So I just wanted to confirm this butterfly and coffee cup. You've got communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. That's where this collective's pissed off. How much time this has taken. Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let it flow. You've got, whoa, so there has been cycles. It makes sense. If this person has accelerated you on a cups journey, hasn't been easy. It has not been easy. Fate, karma, something ended, something's beginning. This past week, and patience came, this past week I've had I always have a theme throughout the week of my collectives. And this week I've tapped into a lot of collectives where you've had a longer kind of separation with someone. It hasn't just been something in the past week, the past month, especially with cycles here and patience. So this communication you've been waiting a long time for. This is about good things come to those who wait. And remember the deviation with this collective, you're sick of it. Okay, it's like you've right now in this moment, you're not seeing the germination or the progression, the fruits of your labor. It literally just feels like, again, you're wanting to 8 of cups, all of this. You're looking at this as a 10 of cups in reverse, a 10 of wands. Yeah, this breakup, but it was, okay, this is underneath, this was divinely guided. So it's sometimes really hard when we're in the emotion, but I actually think this collective, for a long time, you understood that this connection needed to have a separation. If there was really this much healing that was needed, it wouldn't have been a flourishing connection. There would have been ups and downs, even if it was a 10 of cups. But underneath the universe and divine timing, this breakup was clearly guided here. It was part of your path. But you are going to, and maybe that's you right now as well, you've got caution. I was stopping myself from saying this butterfly and this coffee cup. I was like, oh, I don't even want to say it. They're saying to not overwork yourself, but this is coming to my mind. If this separation was truly guided for you, that means there was things in this collective, your soul contract that is tied to this person, that you both needed to learn. If they're really coming in to give you a completed cycle here, it means you've learned something very valuable. I'm going to have to get more cards to confirm what that is. But how fed up this collective is, this isn't just words. This is really you. I'm over this shit, right? This is in your soul. So I also had a collective, and it could have resonated with you. I think it was started this week or the end of last week, about very big lesson in that collective, maybe this collective's contract. This person was really meant to teach you self-love and respect, and to really see your value and worth. And if you have always failed to have boundaries with this person, even if they had treated you a certain way and hid their emotion, and you were like, hey, pretending like nothing's happened, maybe you really are learning the lesson you need to learn. Because again, it's not just words, this fed up energy. This is how you're feeling within, okay? You could even think you've got the ick here. All right, let's just finish that, and we'll break this all down. So this ending, you felt betrayed. You felt stabbed in the back. There clearly was deception here that was not heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. And that you got the two most painful separation cards. If you had a 10 of cups life with this person, they left you not just with the stabbed in the back, but the axe. This is a separation to do with silent treatment and abandonment. And if this whole time you've been patient and holding your heart off, this is reminding me of a collective. You've had more unconditional love and understanding for them than what was actually done to you, and how much this broke you. remember, this is your connection. This isn't you just thinking it. Like, this is what created the ending here. Break to teach you to stop the pattern, but through silent treatment and abandonment. This ending wasn't easy. Bit alarming. Okay. Again, collective reading, but I'm not going to not say what's here. Okay, remember, this collective, this ending came very suddenly. There was stabbed in the back, heartbreak, shocking pain and deception. This collective, you either know what I'm about to say or you've never wanted to believe it. Okay, so again, collective reading. And make sure every single detail is fitting, like discernment. This snake energy, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman, the other man. There was clearly, this was a big part of why this all happened. The not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding this conversation, boundaries, angry, all this angry energy. There was someone here in this connection that unfortunately, there was passion, there was chemistry with someone else. There was another energy of, it was a reciprocated emotion. So yes, not the best kind of energy, but from what I can see, it's that card. Someone was in the middle trying to sabotage this. Hold on, let's confirm that. Snake energy. This person could have been tied to your person's finances. They could have worked together. Addictions, bad habits, maybe even sexual addictions. This was something that was tied to something negative as well. So definitely a big lesson here. If your person traveled for work, or you could have known this person actually had some form of trip with this person. I think the universe has been holding back this full circle moment from you. I think the right collective, you've spoken to whoever you pray to up there a lot about this situation. You could know this person as a detail. Pets could tie to this. For this to come out, this is to make because remember, discernment, it's to make this person clear for the right collective. So we have something about pets, animals, we have something about travel, we have something about this person working with this person or having addictions, kind of feeding into bad habits here. And you've really spoken to the universe a lot about this, trying to get answers, which really confirms to me, I don't think you've had answers with these situations. You've just had a lot of gut instinct. This person could have fell pregnant to your person, or they could have tried to entrap your person, or it could have even been a past person that they actually have children with. Okay, I heard a few for that. Don't make it fit. But this created a lot of challenges here. I was wanting to see the someone in the middle. This person could present a little bit like this if they know it or not, but it's caused even health. There could have been health issues here. Don't make it fit. Okay, so maybe that's where this denial and gaslighting came from this. Okay, another confirmation for the right collective. You guys really were planning long-term commitment. So wedding rings didn't come out, engagement came out. So I don't think you could have had a solidified foundation, but this is what they've been hiding their emotion back with. They could have even... Okay, no, I was about to say this person and this person could have, but then I stopped myself as soon as that came out. So this person really has been heartbroken here. Doesn't seem like it with whatever that is. But again, this is your connection, okay? I want one more. That's way too many. But what's up? Twin Flame Lightning. I was in my mind thinking I haven't seen any kind of soul contract card here. So, because remember the deviation about this, clearly a lesson. But whatever the case, I do think the separation happened very suddenly. You do have something coming. We confirm that other row, which is a sudden change, shocking news. Surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. I will say what came on the table was just communicate, not confession. So do I think that this person's coming in to confess their betrayal? That I will confirm. But reminiscing, wanting to learn from the past and make new memories, healing. Okay, I'm still on the fence with this one. All right, let's just get these last two and we'll break this down. Yeah, this is sad because remember I said it a couple times. It's like you've lost belief in this. Right now you've got Empress in reverse. When it comes to the stillness, the patience of this, you're not still, you're frustrated. Okay, but there is something about right now your intuition's a little bit off about something. But clearly this is a feeling you need to go through, okay? But they are saying when it comes to the stillness and the germination here, we're a little bit blocked with the belief of it, okay? But it makes sense. Like reading that was that's a bit of a shocking energy, I'm not going to lie. Wow, oh God. So this really was a Ten of Swords. But the sad thing is I don't think you got the closure to the betrayal here. This is what you've tried to be optimistic with so long, but now you're seeing it as a poor choice, how much it's overwhelmed you, how much it's this. There really was betrayal, and I think the right collective, you could know, but I do think there's things that unfortunately you're not complete. I just think you were holding on to maybe what once was. It's like you weren't wanting to believe maybe some of the things you were feeling, or to the extent it was. You clearly hold this person in very high regard. But right now your current energy makes sense because the right collective, you're over it. You're feeling this is a dead end. I've got to accept this breakdown. I've got to accept this betrayal. I've got to accept this backstab. I've just got to take it as fact now. I can't keep seeing it as that unicorn. Watch the whole thing. This has failed. So why am I being so optimistic and trying to stay positive? I haven't been shown that. This makes me feel icky. And again, look at the cups that you've had to go through. It's not easy. Try not to be too hard on yourself. But anyway, I just want to get a universal message for you. I want to get you a surrender card quickly. You're just so overwhelmed. We'll get a universal message and then we'll break this all down. Aww. Surrender to worry. Make a commitment to not lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, try and breathe them out of your body. Focus on your power, the power of your heart, and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. I will say this, broken record as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel, I'm here to confirm it. All of that tarot, that's your current emotion, okay? Was I wanting to give advice through that year? I was, but I could feel the heavy energy coming into this. And the thing is with this collective, I do think you're someone that, it's that sun in, you try and find the positivity. I get it. Clearly what you've been through, this shocked me reading this. That's some heavy stuff. And I think the sad thing is here, this collective, you really have been holding on to blind faith, and this connection And I'm going back to I'm just trying to work out how to word this with it not being triggering, but that divinely guided and divine protection over this breakup. And the right collective, when I said that, you've had a moment of truly believing it. This connection was truly destined. You two, remember we signed, this was destined for this collective to truly just be, I don't even want to say it was meant to be a season, but it was inevitable. There's nothing you could have done better. There's nothing you could have done this was part of your story and this person's story. Your separation was literally guided by the divine. And maybe as you're watching this, you don't want to hear it, but they really have been guiding you through this. And most of the time, this collective, you know it. It's just right now and I'm telling you, I'm very interested to get these for this person. Because again, that over it energy, I think this person is a little bit nervous because either they think you know some of their betrayal or they're really going over how, we'll wait till we get to them before I start speaking. Okay, so they're saying try and get out in nature right now. So this collective, you clearly know when you're in nature, let it be by the water or just going for a walk or you go for a bush walk or whatever it is, you find peace in that. So for them to be showing you this card, surrender to the beauty of the natural world, this is something that soothes you. So they're just saying, just get out amongst us right now because we'll be there to ease your worries. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. And remember I said I actually really look forward to, just watch from the beginning, I literally didn't even want to come in here. And I feel that too. Your whole body's telling you, you need a break right now. You need to reset. And I don't know if you're someone, even when you're just feeling fed up and over it, you keep pushing yourself. You remind me of a collective. You want to take a day off work, you think then you're guilty the whole day. You're like, why did I even take a day off? I just feel this collective with what I'm coming in here. Listen to your body right now, okay? Take a relaxing break, spend time in nature, replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. Your heart space needs a bit of clearing in your sacral. Make a nice crystal grid. Go sit in a crystal grid underneath our beautiful sun or even the moonlight. It's a new moon tonight. Surrender to your true passions. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passions and let it flow. Okay. Should we get you just one little angel card? I'm being called to get you one of these too. Oh my gosh, sorry. These are two really good cards. You got it's almost over, and embrace this magical moment. Something magical is coming. Number 16 and 11, 16th of November could be a birthday or a memory. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. You are in a perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to come true. So this is why they're wanting you to just be happy right now. Do things that clear out your energy. They're activating that Empress glow in you, because remember right now your Empress is in reverse under your Seven of Coins, what they've been germinating for you. We want to get that upright, okay? Just try your hardest to focus on the things that make you feel rejuvenated, okay? Trying to activate something beautiful in your energy right now. Very nice. Okay. Let's just get a guiding message from our Creator to you, what you need to know. We'll break them down. Oh my gosh! Truly, your wheel. Stop it. First card. Wheel of Fortune. Fate, karma, cycles. You got that twice. Remember you got the cycles. Fate, karma, something ended, something's beginning. Forces of the universe, destiny. synchronicities, you're probably pushing them away right now. You're about to get what you deserve. It's always been out of your hands. And when you're in strength, you know that for the right collective too. You could be seeing a lot of 222, unexpected blessings and miracles. As soon as I saw that engagement ring with the mask and the heartbroken. You got marriage here, but your belief system and programming's been shifting as well. Structure, the collective, we've got a lot of collectives going through some purging right now. I've been talking about this for the past month. Certain values, maybe and even this is a card of religion, and like you could be questioning your path of spirituality, or you know, maybe you're transitioning from religion to spirituality, whatever it is, or you could embody a bit of all beliefs in life. I find true spiritualists, you don't box into one outlook, you kind of, you know, you find magic in all different teachings. You've got new beginnings, a childlike spark coming in. Something brand new is on its way. You're about to be carefree. A new perspective. The child, this is number 13. So you got 13, 36 and 2 here right now. 13th of the 2nd. But these could be important numbers, house numbers, car plate numbers. You could have just spent $36 and here in Australia it wouldn't be 13, it would be rounded up to 15. But I think other countries you go by the cent, don't you? Or $236 and 13. You could be watching this at 2:36. Or 2:13. Okay. Or if you've got children, it could actually be one of your children's birthday. I normally say we don't want to focus on this, but for the right collective, we know there's been this behavior. Like you've got the Ten of Swords. This part really kind of blew me away. Like there's been some, unfortunately, actually for this collective, some not the nicest things done to you. But just be careful. To see the fox energy, you could have just seen a fox as well. I always say you should always allocate your own signs, but personally I believe a fox really symbolizes, especially if it crosses your path, there's a little bit of manipulation in the background, or so there's some things that have a little bit of a sleight of hand that might be entering your life. So if you've seen a fox, this collective, could be a little bit of a heads up. Deceit, a little bit of a trap. This card specifies a redhead. I don't normally say that when I see this card. I was called to say it. Something cunning, sly, crafty, sleight of hand. Something's not right. 14th of the 9th, 14th of September. Could tie you to this person as a birthday or a memory. But you... 100%, be that white wolf, have confidence, believe in yourself, confidence, guidance, trust your inner knowing. And that was probably the saddest thing I was seeing from this collective. I actually think for some of this collective, you either know bits of this truth or you know it in your soul, but you could be someone, especially when in love, you always give someone the benefit of the doubt, and there's something your inner knowing knows, and you're meant to be strong and kind of not be bamboozled with something. Believe in your power, believe in your instincts, trust your deep instincts and intuition is what I heard. This also says stamina and resilient. You're clearly a resilient person. You've been placed on a 7 Pentacles journey. We spoke about your perseverance. Number 7, you could be number 7. I knew it when I was reading these cards. This is about soul contract underneath the universe. So they've double confirmed it. They confirmed it in your purple deck, and now they're confirming it here. whatever's happened here, there's clearly big lessons for both of you in this lifetime, which means this person's been with you in other lifetimes. Okay. But fate, karma, cycles, force of the universe, it was always out of your hands. Agreement, pact, cycle, soul contract, trust. It's like I'm holding myself back from saying it to this collective. You scare me. But there's that lack of closure, that this actually says closure. Just be patient, promise and bond. 25. So 25th of the 2nd. So the only, this is beautiful because the reason there's the ace and the jacks jokers is because they're depicted as the playing cards, but A and J are the only initials you have here. They could be important. They could tie you to this reading as well. I actually feel I've stopped getting initials for my collectives because people just ask silly questions. I might get that at the end of this reading because there's just, especially talking about the things we spoke about here, I just don't want anyone to... Anyway, so underneath this marriage, the programming, the beliefs, it was in your soul contract. Lovers. Okay, but there's big decisions coming. Okay. But you've got the Lovers underneath this card. Hopefully you're not drinking. Why did I actually see someone drinking a glass of red wine when I saw this? But remember, you got 2 cards about having to heal the inner child. This came up underneath the child card. So getting a new perspective, reigniting that childlike innocence within you. It needed to develop over time. You needed to learn how to alchemize and finesse, but to transform, to ripen. It was always aging well. 13th of the 4th, 13th of April could be important here. Got another 24, another J, A, J, J. Fox. Ooh, we know that. We know it's them. So the masculine to you, bamboozler. This is part of your contract, to know your worth, to stand up for yourself. There's a reason you're feeling fed up just before this is all coming in. Don't be one of my beautiful collectives. I love you all, that you feel all this and then you have the strength in silence, but when they turn up, all of that strength and boundaries go out the window. They're releasing this. You're on a crossroads. If you've always been, oh, hey, and you know deep down something's going on, stand up for yourself. And if you're afraid you standing up for yourself and putting boundaries up is going to deter this person, they were never meant to be in your life. Your emotion matters. Remember that. Because they are really confirming your instincts have always been right, but you've pushed your intuition away. I think you've always just thought the best of this person. Another A as well. So you had AA and JJ. 28 could be another important number that ties you to truly. And I normally tell you not to do this. So you got 2 about get more information, but don't overwork yourself with what you need to trust your deep instincts that you already know. Magnifying glass. Don't be bamboozled. Number 27th of this month could be important. You need more information. You need clarity. Very important details you're not meant to miss. Examine the fine print. As a reader, anyone that watches me regularly, and this is why collectives can differ, I say use discernment. And I normally say you shouldn't even focus on stuff like that. Stuff like that is icky, it's gross. But the thing is, this collective, you're opposite. You've always known, but you haven't focused on it because you didn't want to believe it. And this is why you're always like, hey. This time you are meant to stand up for yourself. You're meant to see yourself. Speak your truth. Okay, as long as, I always say, should never repress. As long as it's kind, constructive, should never hold back what you feel. If you are more worried about how someone's going to perceive your words, rewriting, having to go to notes, you care more about them and how they're going to perceive you than you see yourself. This is part of this collective and your self-development, to not always be blinded by love. I feel this collective, when it comes to other areas, you are not someone that wears rose-colored glasses. When it comes to your heart space, you can be blinded. That means you don't see yourself properly. Okay, learn your lesson. One more for those four. Yeah, he's the highest Hierophant. You got 2 cards of expect the unexpected. Here's another card of commitment and foundation. You can never have true commitment, foundation, especially long-term commitment with someone you do not trust. Just remember that. This needs to be balanced properly. They could be a Taurus as well. Or you could be. Okay, I'm going to do their true feelings and intentions, but I just want to start with these because I just want to see if there's some deep reflection or if they're in just some form of bubble right now. First card, that is good. It's a spiritual card, so guided. I don't want to say they're saying, oh, my spirit guides are helping me, but they do feel guided back to you, which means they're connected in some way or form. My spirit guides are assisting me in this divine connection with new insight. That's good. So they're getting advice. I think this, for the first card to be quite spiritual, it could be normal therapy, or it could be something more, it could be, this is about speaking to friends, and quite often I hear, no, it's not a friend, and I'm hearing it for this. I don't think it's someone in their close circle. It could be a more mature person that they work with, that they have trust with, that has quite a broad outlook on life and has a lot of life experience. It's like I'm stopping myself from saying therapist, and I'm stopping myself saying, you know, some form of spiritual. I feel it's just someone who is mature and has a lot of life experience, but is not in a close circle connected to them. So it's making me feel it's someone they work with, or someone they see regularly, but not regularly enough to be a close acquaintance. Does that make the right collective? That'll make sense. This says, I've been asking my friends for advice on how to handle this situation. Okay, and I never noticed the chips with sauce. I never have noticed that picture on this, and I'm noticing it. You could be like a potato holic. You know how some people just love potatoes and chips and fries, or it could be this person. What's that when you don't eat food? What is it? Alfred or something. Why did I hear that? Maybe your person's a very picky eater, or you could just be eating chips and sauce right now. I've never noticed that with this picture. That's important because it came out of my mind out of nowhere. You'll be craving them a lot of recent. Good. This is first 3. This is good. This is good. Fragmentation. They're going over their shadow, their decisions. This card specifies, until we make our shadows conscious, we still continue to hurt others. But I think they're starting to reflect on their behavior, their mask, their heartbreak over what's been done. Watch the whole thing. That's making them. And I always say this is the first step to change. I believe everyone can change if they want to. First, you need to become self-aware. Then you start to see how your repeated actions, emotions create the same shit in your life all the time. And I feel this is where this person's going through, what they're going through. And I'm not going to lie, I feel whoever is giving them advice is helping them see these patterns, which is good. You know how you can speak, and this is why I always say, turning to family and friends, it's not the best, because they're always going to kind of, generally, 9 times out of 10, your family and friends want the best for you, right? If they see you hurt, and when we're hurt and we're not the most self-aware, it's just a natural thing to manipulate the situation to your favor because you're wanting validation for your actions. So turning to family and friends is not always the best thing, because they kind of will really take your side and make you believe you're in the right, because they just want to protect you 9 times out of 10. Whoever this person is, I don't think they're a yes person. I think they call your person on their shit. Like, I just think if they're playing a bit of victim or self-pity, they're quick to tell them, which is good. It's not bad. Oh, so those two together, they are stressed about this love. So this is in love but very stressed. I loved you yesterday, I love you still, and I'll love you always, but stressed. I'm emotionally drained to the point where I'm beginning to shut down. They're clearly having to drag up some stuff they weren't wanting to confront. And those cards stuck to me, so they're important. Very important. Dragging up those memories they were not wanting to face. Memories. Those the memories we made together forever replay in my mind. This says our love is immortal. Well, I believe that. I believe this person's planning something, but stressing them out. Is it this? I've been preparing a love offer for you that you won't be able to, like, I don't know. I just think they've been trying to strategize, okay, for you. You make me feel alive. I choose you without a doubt. My heart yearns for you. Not completely that. I think they're coming into, not this, I choose you without a doubt, but they're starting to realize you're not replaceable. Them going through the memories, and this is probably why, how do I approach this after what's been done? And this is why it's stressing them out. How do I face this love when I keep pushing this love away? Watch from the beginning, because this collective, you're so fed up with how long you've been, I thought my eyeballs were on, how long you've been having to be in that 7 of Pentacles with this. I feel this person can feel it energetically if they know it or not. Guided. Oh. So they have been introverted, and this is what's opening them up now. I don't think this person ever lost the emotion for you, but I think they really did try and replace it and subside it. They held a lot within. I know I don't say this enough, but I do truly love you. Advice. Someone older. This says grow old. I think it's more confirming the someone older. Let's take that. Yeah, they want that. Maybe that's part of the advice. Do you see this as a life partner and whatever? But I think that's confirming it's someone older. It's someone mature. It's someone that's had a lot of life experience. And I think because it's not connected to their friends or family group, they can just be a lot more open and honest about how they're feeling. Okay. Which means if they're turning to more of kind of a stranger or a work colleague that they've really connected to, maybe their family and friends do have a big opinion here. There's a reason I had that deviation about turning to people like that, and they start to validate and then get an opinion. And okay, so this is what they're going over with their shadow, how they blamed you, how they maybe kept pushing your buttons, how they were holding on to all the hurt to excuse their bad behavior. I did this, but because you did that kind of energy. How they self-sabotage. So this is what they're stressed about, this love, how they self-sabotage. They went into self-destruction. Withholding love from you. I withheld love from myself because of self-doubt. So one of my cut and run collectives, this person could have thought you were coming close to leaving them. Oh, that was power couple that wanted to come out then. That's the cut. Stop it. So they can, remember I brought this card up about 10 times in this reading, they can feel you over it. This was your main energy. They know you're over their games and you will no longer accept less than you deserve. I think you can feel their stress. Okay, this is underneath the you, the planning, and the memories. This is, and lucky last, that is the card. And that's why I went for this deck for them. So I think you guys are really feeling this emotion in one another right now. Oh, God. I'm surprised nervous didn't come out. One more. Breaking free from the illusions and lies that they created in their mind. There's that power couple again. Cadence. So you could have a memory with music, dancing, cadence, sorry. You are my muse, my inspiration to create. You ignite my soul. All right. I just quickly want to confirm with these. Let's see if it really is that deep reflection they're going over. Truth. They feel disgusted within themselves and their action. I've got to get their tarot. I've got to see what's going on with them. I think it's self-reflection, but I also think there's some things in their life that they could be disgusted with, but appalled, outraged, angered, because they got angry as well, going over their angry behavior, their boundaries, their shocking behavior. But I'm going to get tarot right after this. That was grief at the bottom. They're trying to stay calm through their anger. So they really are that guided, the fragmentation. I think they're a lot more aware of their energy, but also maybe reflecting on this collective. You just are in complete stillness and silence, but they could be even though you're frustrated, they could be kind of, because again, it's not like they're seeing in your soul or in your mind's emotion. They could even think that you've been very calm throughout all of this, but undisturbed, unworried, anxiety-free, secure, and stillness. I think that's more how they see you. But hold on, I want one more for that. But it could be them as they're going through, like that's polar opposite energy. Self-doubt. I think they get self-doubt because they think you're very calm. This is probably why they're thinking their games ain't going to work with you. Insecure, lacking confidence, self-criticism, questioning themselves, questioning being put down as well. I'm taking that as you, and it makes them full of self-doubt. If they were really calm, they wouldn't be sitting in this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then the self-doubt, they reflect back on what they've done as if they wouldn't be disgusted. Look at the mess I've made. And the sad thing is, this collective, you've got like a tornado inside of you, but you literally are just presenting like you're sitting on your throne unbothered. Desire over you. Sexual attraction, temptation, hunger over passion. Hot, beautiful. And this would add to the self-doubt, especially if you know this person's highly attracted to you and holds you on a pedestal. And they would have always told you this. They would have made you feel like a queen, like a goddess, like a god, like a king. They would have always complimented your appearance for the right collective. You know, would have always been like, oh, you look better without makeup. Like, I just feel this person made you feel so confident with... Maybe words of affirmation was strong, but they're addicted to you, obsessed. Look at all these red cards. They're rude. They could have a lot of fear. Oh, God. And I think their fear, that is you. You're sticking out like a sore thumb. All of these are red, and I think that's you, right? The one row, because the way you're presenting, it gives them self-doubt, right? And this is making them reflect on, this person ain't going to put up with my shit ever again. They're obsessed. They're needing a fix. maybe to an unhealthy way as well. You didn't get spy or anything, so I don't think this person's like stalking you and stuff, but obsession can make us do some silly things. You have power over them right now. They could be getting high as well. There could be actual, but they're very dependent on this. They've got an adrenaline rush. They could be a little bit of a sensationalist. You were looking for excitement too. That was one of your main messages, this collective. It's like they want excitement themselves in their life. All right. But they're passive aggressive. I do think that I wouldn't surprise a bit more passive aggressive, especially if they were very intimidated by you or they really did hold you up here. They've always had self-doubt when it came to you. I think when this person was triggered, right, and their armor was finally up, I feel they're explosive. But I feel the way they would express themselves when there was little things, they would do it in little kind of joking, passive aggressive ways towards you. And this is the way they've presented, I guess, as well. I'm fine, sulking, the silent treatment, slamming things. They could have actually done that. I actually saw a hole in a wall as I said that. But this is about being too sensitive. So maybe they know they're very sensitive. It's funny, I'm like going to put that there, but then I put it under desire. They could even sometimes project a bit of that onto you and think, you're a bit... No, I'm stopping myself from saying that. I do think that they think you're fine, the way you're presenting this cool, calm and collected. But this silent treatment's getting to them. But I don't think they think you're sulking or you're too sensitive. Not if they're seeing you this way. I think that's 50-50, a bit of you, a bit of them. All right. But no, did you see that? And remember I said, I'm surprised the nervous card didn't come out. It just came out. Worried, uneasy, tense, insecure, apprehensive, uncomfortable, hesitant. But their patience is impatient. Now, all right, let's... I just quickly want to get true intention. This will go with... Actually, no, first I want to quickly get their tarot first. Let's just confirm what's going on in their life. All right, I'm getting our tattoo tarot again. Again, I think it's called Tattoo Tarot 2. What's going on? They could really be focusing on work as well. That's good. Oh, Devil in reverse. I swear this came out last time with this deck. So there is things in their life that, unfortunately, I think some people have said some things that, unfortunately, they believe for a long time. It could have come from a King of Wands, a fire sign. Those two together, I do think this person has someone a little bit emotionally abusive in their life. It's really sad because the King of Wands is normally someone very honourable, and it's funny because I'm remembering myself say this in the last time I got this deck. I think it was the King of Swords underneath that, and I said, I feel someone has power over them. It's someone that they trust. I don't think this person has power over your person, but I do think it's someone they trust, and unfortunately it's a little bit of a toxic connection. It's a little bit, let's go back to that malicious snake, right? And remember there's a connection in your person's life, and it could actually be multiple, that unfortunately create some bad finances. There could be actual substance use or certain addictions that they kind of revel in together. I just feel in your person's life there is someone that it's been very hard for them to see through. This card's about literally energetic implants, codependency, karmic connections. But I think someone that your person has trusted for a very long time. It'll be interesting what confirms that. Anyway, let's just get a couple more here, top row. Okay, Knight of Wands. I see that as my kind of I'm not going to lie, a bit of my player card. He just runs off impulse. He lets passion lead the way. Does some silly things. Why do I just feel your person's done some... I want one more for that. Just with the cards next to this, I don't think it's I don't think they're using this passion in the right way is what I'm trying to say, especially with this devil in reverse next to it. Oh my God, what is going on? You just got the Queen of Wands here. Okay, so you've got the page, you've got the Knight, the Queen to the King. Okay, you could be a double pairing here, like double fire, double earth, double air, double water. But I'm not going to lie, I do also think there's, just with the theme of this, I've always allocated my Queen of Wands when we're talking about, like, unfortunately, kind of triangle situations. I've allocated her as that because she can be very persuasive. She's very magnetizing, right? I do think there's so much fire around your person right now. And it wouldn't surprise me. She's literally my magical queen. She reminds me of someone that dabbles in magic as well. You are not going to believe this. On her fingers, it says burn. Oh, God. I really think your person could be very impressionable. Okay, Two of Cups. Just with the theme of their energy, I do believe that's them reflecting on you, even in their current life. You right now, the way you reflect on them in your current life is a 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I want one more for that. I can't see them seeing this person as that. Not with how much emotion they have for you right now and wanting to come through. Yeah, because that's what they're worried about. I think you've always been there. I think they're worried about the boundaries they're going to get from you. But I do think this connection really has made them battered and bruised. And let's put it to this person. Let's say that they did think someone else in their life was a soul connection of theirs. I think that they think they've been really holding the line, and maybe whatever's going on with this, let it be this person or you, they're very wounded in this energy right now. They're feeling a little bit defeated. I can't get past all the wands on this spread. They're just full of... Wands in tarot is days, so there's a lot of action and passion leading them right now. And all of the red cards they had as well. There's that King of Swords, but now it's in reverse. He's nasty. He's critical, he's harsh, he's sarcastic, and they're going over passive-aggressive things in their life right now as well. Very hurtful energy. Very hurtful energy. I do think they're reflecting on their own behavior this way. Remember, they're going over how they presented, that disgusted, that passive-aggressive, that I think that could be them reflecting on them. But I do think they've got some hurtful people in their life right now as well, who present very dominant. One presents very honorable and someone they felt they could trust. Unfortunately, I think let's confirm these. Holy sugar balls. You got 10 of this. They're finally seeing 10 of Wands in reverse. They are readjusting. They're getting their priorities straight. Whoever this devil in reverse is with this King of Wands, even some of their own behavior, some of their own shadow they need to bring down. They're readjusting, they're reevaluating. They don't want these burdens in their life anymore. They know they've got to really start getting their priorities straight. Whoever, I'm especially hearing external, does nothing but create conflict and overwhelm, okay? And we start to notice this with friendships, family ships, love ships, when something's just constantly weighing us down and it's more heavy than good. And that's kind of where you're at in your own right. The things that are making you heavy and overwhelmed, you're over it, you're done. Same with this person, but theirs is a bit more extreme than yours. This collective, it's more just emotional surge. There is some physical things going on here. All right, this Knight of Wands. And remember this Nine of Wands, remember the passion, they're going over passion and desire. That's just a little bit alarming, this row, because if this is what they're thinking of doing, it's paired here with a bloody Page of Pentacles. So that is a card of good news, though. It's a card of hard work. It's a card of, it's a very faithful kind of ambitious kind of energy. It is about hard work, but it's just this is reminding me of a very immature energy. But I will say, if it's something that they're passionate about, if it's something that's new, if they're just embracing a new endeavor, pentacle wise, like brand new start, it would be good if that Knight of Wands was leading it. Because remember, I specified this being here, I don't think it's something that is positive. But to have that page underneath, let's be real. If you're starting any new career path or venture, you want that passion and drive behind you. And he can actually be positive paired with this, because he is so focused on the end stop. Actually be positive. But when it comes to like love and a little bit foolish. So if it is their path, I think that's a very good pairing for them, but it would be something very new that they're just starting to embrace. Let's get one more. Justice. There could have been some legal things that got them in trouble because of this Nine of Wands energy, but I think they're learning life lessons. They're finally balancing their purple curtain in life. I always say this Justice card is our good and bad karma from our accumulated actions, decisions. This needs to be cleared in life, right? Whatever this is, I actually do think this person's leading with integrity. That didn't come out in reverse. That's come up right. So seeing this, I actually think this is a driving force. This is actually a driving force in their life right now. I think this is something that makes them feel motivated, and maybe like their luck's changing a little bit here. And let's say they did do something stupid, okay, and there was something involved with this. I think they got a good outcome, which made, like, you know, when you just kind of get out by the scave of your nose and you're like, shit, I'll never do that again. Kind of that energy. I heard that as well. I actually think this is a positive row now that I'm seeing this. It's probably the only positive thing in their life that they kind of have at the moment, I'm going to be honest, but let's see. Definitely this black and white one, this is the third party here. Underneath this Queen of Wands. So there is still another energy in their life right now. Are they seeing through it? Yes. Has it been very toxic? Yes. Is it some form of love triangle? Yes. Let's get one more. But it's in reverse. That's good. Hold on one sec. I'm actually going to get the book to read it. Hold on. Oh my God, my angels. That literally took me about 15 minutes to find. I had to find it though. I was locked in. So it's actually called the Eight of Coins Tattoo Tarot. Sorry, because there's 2 Nine of Wands and 2 Three of Cups. And I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correctly, I just want to get this right for you guys. Okay. This is a beautiful deck. Do they do the black and white ones in the... Oh, they must do them in the... Oh my God, literally just lost an... You're not going to believe this. And it's so funny because this is the detail in the reading that remember how I started this, the confusion. Anyway, everything happens for a reason. So I have gone through every single page of this because this 3 of Cups is not in this book. But this 9 of Wands, this one, and the black and white one is, right? So I've just lined that up just so we can bear with me. So this 9 of Wands depicts, see how it's black and white? She's explaining that if the black and white one comes out, you are not prepared for the hard journey ahead. You don't know what you're about to enter is going to call for so much perseverance, determination, but to not give up on your path. Then when you read the actual 9 of Wands, right? It's all about, the 9 of Wands is resilience, perseverance, self-preservation. So literally, if this comes up in your spread, you know the journey you're on. You know this is going to take hard work. If the black and white one comes up, you've got no idea what you're about to enter, right? Now, the 3 of Cups that she's got illustrated in color is a completely different image. So the 3 of Cups in this is actually that, right? And this is all about celebration, joy, best friends, rah, rah. This one's in black and white and it's in reverse. So I just cannot believe this whole book does not have that card in it. I'm going to stick to my guns and I'm going to say clearly, it's even a completely different picture. This has got 3 women. Yes, normally 3 of Cups, soul tribe. Yes, 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 yes. But just the theme of this reading, that has blown me away. I've literally lost about half an hour looking for the book and going through that book and understand these black and white cards mean, but I'm just going to stick to it because I truly believe this collective, you never really understood what was going on in the background here. And I say this a lot with soul connections or people that are really tied into our contracts. There's always a lot of burdens in this person's life, your person, like both, before you guys even enter each other. And I just think, unfortunately, for a very long time, this person thought that whoever this Queen of Wands with burn on her hand was someone that was quite important in their life. But if you watch this whole reading, like the cards that come out with this energy, this like throughout the whole reading, it's not a good energy. Okay. But yeah, okay. 2 of Wands. So now they know they've got some important decisions here. Okay, I think they are now re-evaluating their priorities, especially with this 10 of Wands in reverse. I do think this person's wanting better for their future. But this lines up with you and the decisions that they have to make. One more for that. Oh my gosh, and now we've got a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You could be an earth sign, okay? So maybe for a long time, I do say she's a bit of a perfectionist. She kind of lets ambition lead her way in life. Sometimes she can present a little bit self-focused, a little bit selfish. Even sometimes, unfortunately, a little bit manipulative. So maybe for a long time, unfortunately, they didn't have the best veil or the best thought impression of you to kind of keep their decision solidified. And again, that could confirm why they're kind of detaching from other decision is. I will say, I don't just think it's you on their mind currently. Okay, they're really going back and forth in their mind. Okay, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be family conflict with this King of Swords in reverse. Maybe there's some financial burdens because of this person. 10 of Coins is... Oh, is that 9? Sorry, it's the 9 of Coins. Sorry. There's a reason I was explaining it as the 10 of Coins. I do think this person's affected them. I'm going to stick to it. I think they've affected them financially. And just like this King of Wands, I think this person's really tried to stay positive towards this person and see the best in them. Why do I feel the person connected to you, most of their grievances are coming from close circle or people that they trust? I definitely think we've got some financial burdens tied into some of these people as well that have really affected their independence and their decisions to kind of stand on their own. I don't know if your person's impressionable, but like this is pretty... Let's get one more overall. Okay, so then we've got the Six of Cups. A lot of these people I think are from childhood, but I do think this person is just wanting better in their life. They're wanting to feel in alignment again. I do, and I'm going to stick to, I think this person really views you as a soul connection, and it makes them really want to reignite this again. I think they're going through nostalgia with especially past decisions. I think overall, whatever's happening, it's making them really reflect on, again, things that have been embedded in their life from quite a young age. Okay. Again, I do think it's confirmation that a lot of the interference in your person's life, the reasons they're so blinded to it, because they're permanent fixtures. They're people that have been around for a very long time, okay? Whatever the case, I do think it's slowly leading them back to you. Going over all their cards and their anxiety towards you and their stress and understanding the things that they've done wrong here, it really is showing me, and I've got quite a few collectives here, they're finally being reflected back by these people, unfortunately, how they can treat people as well. It is a little bit taste of your own medicine, okay? But I do think they feel a little bit foolish. I do think they're finally ready to give up on things that they've been working so hard for, where for so long, I just think your person couldn't see how a lot of the situations they were choosing to align with were just progressively getting worse, weighing them down more, especially if they chose to exit out of this connection because they thought the grass would be greener, their life would be easier, they would feel more free. Whatever the case, they were shown quite quickly. There's definitely things here that don't benefit them but wound them. And back to this row being their saving grace, I think your person's had to learn a very valuable lesson of recent. And again, like I said, it's like, I'm not going to do that again. Finally burning themselves a final time. Oh, what's that? Fine, I didn't even see that there. Hanged Man. In reverse are all the things that have been delayed, all the things that have been stuck because of the environment. I didn't even see that there. At least there's deep reflection finally. But a good thing is, I will say, they're realizing their choices. They're not blaming. They're realizing all of this, all that their life is the way it is because of their decisions, and not seeing through these things earlier. Oh, okay. So inner turmoil, still, as I'm saying, that at least they're not blamed. That's a little bit victim, this one. But they are thinking of a new beginning. Inner turmoil, there could be distance between you guys, okay? So they're wanting a fresh start. They have an open mind. They're knowing where they lacked in the past, wanting to create success, allowing yourself to accept changes that might bring good things to you. So stepping out of their comfort zone. Even with the distance, I know we are never truly apart. We had an instant connect. I think it's there could be physical distance too. I'm going to read this inner turmoil this way. It's come up this way. Doubting and questioning their decisions, 100%. A fight between the mind and the heart right now, truth. Feeling worried, conflicted and agitated and unhappy with their life choices. Confirmation. One more. Mirroring nature. So maybe they're reflecting. Like, you've got to remember, they're starting to see you as their Two of Cups, where for so long they were avoiding that. So if they really did have you in that outlook of the energy we were describing, let's take the Queen of Pentacles in reverse out of it, but the energy she embodies. again, because they're being reflected back a lot in their life, that their decisions can get them in mess. I think there's just a lot more empathy and understanding right now. If you're feeling under duress or feeling solemn, I feel it too. When you're thinking of me, I'm thinking of you too. Our connection is deep, profound, and sometimes difficult to understand. They're still coming into it. Okay. I just want to get you a couple of these, and then we'll get a tarot for you guys. Oh, we are mirroring, truth. We are mirroring one another, and I'm raising my vibration to match yours. I'm tired of running from this connection. I miss you so much, and I need you by my side. I am learning many spiritual lessons because of you. This journey has been a roller coaster. Everyone, so they do have intimidation by you and your beauty, and we spoke about that. Everyone wants you, and I fear that you'll find someone better before I'm ready to be the person you deserve. So this is probably why they have that sense of urgency and like, do I just come through? And they're feeling you. This is underneath mirror. This collective, you're fed up. You're watch from the beginning. They could be feeling you really detaching energetically. You have the ability to tame the beast in me. I heard Beauty and the Beast. You could resonate with that. One look into your eyes and I turn to mush. That your touch will destroy me. I'm tired of running. That's underneath. You believed in me when no one else did. You showed me compassion that I couldn't show myself, and that so if they're going through a lot of conflict right now and they're not feeling heard, and they have memories of you believing in them and encouraging them, if they were seeing you as a Queen of Pentacles, you're very ambitious, and maybe that was an issue here. You would always push them for their best, or, you know, if they had certain dreams, you really believed in them, but a bit of a taskmaster. But maybe now they're reflecting on that, really thinking that's just, you wanted the best for them. You wanted them to be successful, where maybe for a long time they really did see you as kind of all work no all work no play, or that you really prioritized finances over your connection or your drive in life, your ambition in life. Okay, now let's get you guys tarot. I can't believe I'd lost like half an hour in this, like literally for that book and to find that bloody card. That wasn't even in there. Okay. Judgment, first card. There's that Knight of Wands, so it is a bit of action to it. When that first came out, I was on the fence with it. Be careful. I do think this person is really wanting to solve what's been done here. I do think they're coming in a lot more evolved than you remember, but I do think they're going to lead with passion, and they have such a big desire to you right now, and unfortunately maybe that's how they really, it's like a defense mechanism, especially if you know this person comes in quite passionately or sexually. It could, it says action, go-getter, lustful, driven, but daring, so taking that gamble, quick moving, very flirty. I don't think that's going to fly, let's be real. But Ace of Pentacles, that's a solid offer, that. But this also, it really reminds me of a lot of dedication is needed to ground that. So they're not, I don't think they're expecting it to just all kind of fall into place. But I do find success here with you and build some form of structure. Again, this card specifies a manifestation, an opportunity, a reward, financial gain, abundance. But I just think they could be really believing. I always say that's a miracle card to me. When that grounds, it's like feeling touch from the heavens. So I do think they believe this is something destined that you guys are meant to really create permanence with. But just these two with this, I just think it's approaching a little bit of a mask, but I guess it's them protecting themselves. A little bit confused still. So they still got some stuff in their life, and you can see it. I'm going to be honest, whatever that snake, the Three of Cups, what's getting me so stuck in this read, I still think it makes them a bit stuck, and I still think that person's in their life in some form of way. Is it going into destruction? Yes, but is it completely exited? No, because it's presenting in their tarot currently. So it presented here for you guys currently. It's kind of, I know with the intention it wasn't there, but I feel this adds to the confusion in their life. And I think they're coming through still a little bit confused. They might think they know what they want, but they could talk about the confusion, I guess, but I think it's more their soul. But justice is at play. So there is lessons, and that was a big thing for this collective. This is the first time you're actually fed up and finding strength. And I just think, I said it before, I think you're going to learn something with this next point of communication, but in strength. They are going through this period in their life right now. And remember I said there's something about their integrity. I do think this person wants balance. You can't help these two, which just makes me feel, I just don't think they completely understand themselves as a person just yet. Okay. Not a bad intention. It's just, it doesn't feel balanced emotionally. So that was my battery. 20% left. Okay. Let's see how you guys should. Yeah, remember the betrayal that's been done here. And that was your very last card. I think you've always silenced yourself with this. 3 of Swords, I think you walk away. I'm going to be honest. I think it's you that chooses to... And again, it's not you playing games. You remember the heartbreak finally. 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords. This is how you guys should respond. And I'm going to be honest... I don't think this person is, like, there's nothing here about a revelation of truth, and I think they're still trying to hide something here because they haven't completely made up their mind. They think they have, but I just don't think so. Tower. I would be, if it's meant to be, it won't pass you by. Learn the lesson here. You need to balance this the right way. You can't find balance without truth being, especially the hurt you guys have gone through. Boundaries. I think you need boundaries this time. You need space here. You need to put distance. You need to guard yourself. This says limbo and juggling and certain decisions. And I do think you need to put this in limbo a bit. I'm going to be honest. I explained it when I saw that fox card. I normally tell you guys not to focus on this stuff. And I said it before, this collective, you've done everything you can to on the betrayal and what's been done to you. And I remember saying in that part, you've got to have that white wolf over yourself and truly not let this person bamboozle you. So I think the universe, from what I can see, just don't forget what's been done here for the right collective. Okay, the new moon, between this new moon, next full moon, it's a new moon tonight. Could have just broken a ring or lost a crystal out of a ring. This person could have got you a ring that you broke. B, V, E, love heart, H and M. Oh, that's gone some. Oh, I spoke about this in the TikTok reading yesterday. Someone said it's a divine love protection or something. I got this because I got some decks from Etsy, and they always give you little gifts. And if it really is divine, if it's really a divine love, it's protected. But you need to learn your lesson of self-love and trusting your intuition and instincts. Literally trust your intuition. You could have a memory of ducks with this person. You could see a little duck the day that this happens, or a family of ducks. Signs, synchronicities, literally new moon, that's tonight. And then you've got the purple candle wax. You could have a purple candle on, or you could read candle wax, or you could be a scryer, you could work with flames. 12th of the 9th, birthday, memory, 12th of the 1st, 1st of the 12th, 11th of the 6th, 6th of the 11th, 14th of the 11th, 3rd of the 6th, 6th of the 3rd. Birthday, memories, like important birthdays, memories. 11th of the 6th, 11th of the 7th, 11th of the 2nd, 12th of the 3rd, and 13th of the 3rd. I'll be seeing 133, 1331 as well. All right. Lots of love, my angels.